Dark forests to deserted roads, people have witnessed strange sights everywhere. They've spotted odd creatures, lurking beasts and critters that look bizarre. Each encounter drags them into a world of mystery. So tag along for the strange encounters that, if not recorded, would be hard to believe. Siren sound. While walking in the woods, a villager caught a strange figure standing in the distance. It was a tall, skinny creature. But here's the crazy part. It had a siren-shaped face. Yup, it was a siren head in real life that mimics people and other sounds and animals to attract its victims. When the guy knew he had been spotted, he started running to save his life and...
Emperor, are you ready for the dawn of a new era of intergalactic adventure? Make a jump of light years.
And hid under a bench, but it reached there as well and looked like it was looking for him. Just when it seemed it would find him, the camera suddenly turned off, leaving viewers wondering if he escaped from or not. Big-eyed alien. Have you ever seen something so strange that it made you stop in your tracks? A villager was wandering through the dark woods at night, trying to find his way back home, when he spotted a creature eating something, and suddenly it made eye contact with the villager. Its eyes glowed in the dark. It looked just like an alien from the movies. The two stared at each other for a moment, and then, before the hiker could react, the alien ran behind some trees and vanished. The hiker couldn't believe his eyes and hurried in fear, wondering what other surprises the woods might hold. Pale creature chase. A video showed someone with a camera walking in an abandoned place. Expecting to record an old, abundant building and some garbage, well, that did not exactly happen. When the camera turned to the other side, there was a pale, human-like creature sitting in a corner. Yes, much like the mythical rake, known for dragging its prey into the shadows, it left a trail of fear behind. The creature saw the camera and started running towards it. The person with the camera ran away too. So, it means now we can have a look at rakes, even in daylight. Really scary, so you better be careful. Unexpected forest friend.
Oh, come on inside!
One day in June 2023, a woman went for her usual walk in the woods. But it was different, as a big figure moved in the bushes nearby. There, just off the path, stood a tall, hairy creature she had never seen before. It had brown fur all over, except for its face and hands. It was a Sasquatch believed to roam the forests of North America, especially in the Pacific Northwest. It paid no interest to see her. Before she could get a better look, it went its way behind the trees, leaving the woman with an amazing tale of her close encounter in the woods. Multi-limbed mystery.
Alexis?
As night fell, friends explored the Appalachian woods when they suddenly spotted an unbelievable sight. A pale figure with multiple limbs, resembling a giant spider, but not quite because its head resembled a human head. It was unlike anything they'd ever seen before, and the sight made them uneasy. And it went after them when the one with the camera fell down. No one knows what happened next. The forest seemed to hold its breath, keeping its secrets locked away for another night. Field Phantom. A farmer got a big shock one night in his fields. He saw a weird white creature moving around. It wasn't like any animal he knew, reminding him of a ghost Or perhaps a mythical white tiger slola? The creature twisted and turned in eerie ways, capturing the farmer's full attention. The farmer watched, wondering if he was seeing something from another world. Friendly or not, one thing was certain. He wouldn't get much sleep that night. Roadside apparition. A night drive turned weird for one couple. There, in the road's center, stood a woman in white, staring right at them. Startled, they hesitated before slowly driving past. They couldn't shake the strange encounter. Why was she there so late, dressed only in white despite the cold? Their families whispered of the legendary weeping woman spirit, but the couple wasn't sure. Was it really something supernatural, or just a lost soul needing help? The mystery of the woman in white haunted their thoughts long after that night. Glowing eyes. In the woods, a local's night walk took a scary turn.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video. On this video we're going to be talking about the latest update on our stock image generator AI. So on pretty much the whole diffusion models.
As he moved through the trees, he spotted something strange. Skinny creatures with glowing eyes were all around him. Scary part, they moved on all fours. The hiker watched in fear as more and more appeared. The video ended abruptly, and since then, no one has heard about the poor guy. Did the skinwalkers get him? Let me know what you guys think. Mysterious glow. A local was lost in the woods, trying to find his way out, when he noticed a strange, skinny creature sitting by some bushes. Suddenly, the creature turned, and the guy was met with a pair of glowing eyes. Fear got over him as he recognized the creature. It was a rake, known for its horrifying appearance and quick movements. The hiker knew he had to act fast. Without wasting a second, he started running opposite to the rake. Well, in the woods, the scariest adventures can come when you least expect them. Wall climbing elf. Ever stumbled upon something unusual while wandering through a forest neighborhood? Well, a young explorer heard odd noises and caught a glimpse of a small creature climbing a wall with his camera. It looked like a mythical creature, but when it spotted him, the creature quickly disappeared. He tried to follow, but it was too fast. It was an elf. They are magical beings from myth, often depicted as small creatures with pointed ears who are known for their mischief and connection to nature. The encounter left him with an unbelievable story that no one would accept. Weird walker. A local was driving his car through the woods at night when his car lights showed a weird-looking thing in front of him. It looked like a person, but it was walking in a very strange way. The guy believed it was cursed by demons. He started recording it with his phone, but the video isn't long enough for us to see the end as well. The online spectators believe the guy spotted a shapeshifter, a mythical creature that is believed to take on any shape it wants. So, is it possible that the shapeshifter was in the middle of its transformation when the guy's car spotted him? Let me know your opinion. Bigfoot's hideout. In a hidden corner of the forest, a curious tourist stumbled upon something extraordinary. With his camera rolling, he captured astonishing footage that seemed to reveal the face of a Bigfoot. The creature, in brownish hair, attempts to blend into the shadows of the bushes, but the tourist's keen eye catches its presence. The Bigfoot's prominent nose and bone structure are unmistakable, hinting at a powerful being. The tourist keeps the creature's location secret to protect his home from unwanted attention. Yet, these videos may just hold the key to proving that Bigfoot is not just a legend. Forest nightmare. Thinking about walking through an Indonesian forest at night could feel like stepping into a real-life nightmare. Some hikers did and found it terrifying. Their flashlights lit up a girl in a white robe, sitting alone and holding a mysterious bag. As they got closer, it got even creepier as they noticed her pale skin, eyes that were wide open, and her mouth was black. Her face looked twisted and strange. The hikers didn't wait to find out what was in her bag, thinking she might be a jinn, a spirit from old tales. This forest clearly had secrets best left alone. Whiteface.
Shit, Joe, what's that?
Have you ever seen something that made you want to run? A group of friends were camping in the woods when they felt like someone was watching them. Suddenly, they spotted a creature with a strange white face staring right at them. Panic went over them as they thought it might be Dracula, the old vampire. It is believed to roam at night with a deep hunger for flesh. Understanding the danger they were in, they ran away from Dracula, not daring to look back. That night, they learned that some places are best left unexplored. Forest Demon. While trying to find his way out of the forest, a lost local's camera suddenly captured a strange figure in the darkness. It was thin and eerie. Its shape resembles a demon. He stared at the screen, unsure if it was a shadow or something more sinister. The creature started moving towards him, and as always, the video stopped there. There was only a glimpse of that demonic creature, so nobody knows what that was and what happened next. However, considering the video was posted by the man's original account, people believe that he came out safely. Crooked Creature. Two friends were camping at night when they noticed movement in the shadows. A pale figure emerged, tall and strange, with long, crooked limbs hanging unnaturally. It crept toward them, and they knew that a rake-like creature coming towards them would have only one reason for its visit: to capture them. Without hesitation, they ran into the woods. The last sounds were their hurried footsteps. Then, everything went silent, leaving onlookers unsure of what happened to them next. Little Green Being.
Allá va.
While hiking through the woods, a hiker spotted a small, green-standing figure in the distance. Curious, he took a few steps closer to get a better look. But before he could get any closer, the creature noticed him and ran, and disappeared into the trees with incredible speed, leaving behind only the rustling of leaves. The hiker caught a glimpse of its pointy ears and couldn't help but think it looked like a goblin from old stories. He couldn't shake the thought of whether he had truly seen a goblin or just something complete.
Turkish paranormal investigation channel Berdesen Gore venture out deep into a forest which, apparently, according to locals, is haunted by a malevolent dark entity known as a jinn. The ghost hunters attempt to make contact with the jinn, and after a while of searching the dark woods, this happens.
Abi şöyle gel. Davet açık. Hikmet abi. Gel abi gel. Bak. Bak abi. Ekran var ekran. Oha. Görüyor musun abi? Boynuzlu değil bu. La ilahe illallah. Abi cihaz açıyor şu an.
Görevlisi. Arkada bir tane daha mı var?
Aa,
Bir tane daha var. Bir tane daha var.
arkada bir tane daha var, evet. Abi baksana şunu. Gözlere bak abi.
Ulan.
Oo, tipe bak abi.
Öteki ne?
Allahu Ekber,
Arkadaki
yüzün.
kayboldu. Arkadaki kayboldu.
Aa, kayboldu. Abi yüzüne bak, yüzüne. Yüz yanık. Bu ne? Bu farklı bir şey o zaman.
Bu aynen görevlisi.
Onun görevlisi değil mi?
Görevlisi. Kitapta okursun bak bunu.
Allahu
O boynuzu dedin ya.
Aha.
Onun görevlileri.
Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber.
Ha gitti.
Kayboldu abi. Abi lambayı yakala.
Something which the ghost hunters call a djinn stares right at them before vanishing into thin air. All the while, something with even brighter glowing eyes can be seen behind it. But what is it? Creeped out, the ghost hunters decide to head back. However, it doesn't take long for the quote, djinn, to show itself again.
Bak bak bak.
Oy
Abi.
bismillah lan bu ayağımın
Abi,
dibindeymiş ya.
dibinde çıkmış abi. Sen Vefkin üstünde mi abi Vefkin?
Yo.
Ne yaptın abi Vefkin'i?
Unuttum.
Evde mi?
He.
Allahu Ekber.
Sen bunu al demedin ki.
Abi Vefki hiç üzerinde çıkarmayacaksın abi.
Ya biz takmazdık ki biz o.
Allah Allah.
Karşı hocam mı söyledi biz ne bileyim ben.
Abi Vefki çok önemli. Baksana abi, Allah korudu seni.
Aynısı.
Abi
Ulan bu ne kadar iğrenç bir şey.
bu ne gelmiş böyle abi, bak bak. Şuna bak. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
The dark figure lunges at the team of ghost hunters and almost knocks them over. And then when they look around, the quote, djinn, has disappeared. Now, I am always skeptical of these type of clips, but many of my Turkish viewers suggested this clip to me, and after reading the comments under the video, it seems people believe this is a real djinn caught on camera. But what do you think? Did Turkish ghost hunters Berdesen Gore capture a real djinn on camera like their viewers believe? Use the comments to share your thoughts. If you're a fan of scary videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. Moradores Nocturnos, a Spanish paranormal investigator, uploaded these creepy clips to his TikTok account a couple of years ago, and they're pretty creepy. Apparently, Moradores had been experiencing terrifying paranormal activity for several months. Each night, at around 3 AM, he would be disturbed by inexplicable shadows moving across the walls and the eerie sounds of whispers echoing through the empty rooms. However, strange things would still persist even during the daytime. In this first clip, Moradores can be seen with his son, enjoying their time together, but then this happens.
A ver. ¿Qué carajo? Mames. Quédate, hijo, quédate. No mames. Amor. No me lo vas a creer.
Someone or something can be seen through the door's window, but then disappears out of sight. Scared, as this wasn't the first time this had happened. A similar incident had occurred just days before.
Tú síguele. Marcus. Aguanta. No mames. Ahí está mi otra puerta. Está cerrada. Y no hay nada. Está mi perro nomás. Verga. Amor.
A dark figure moves past the window, but when the man goes to check, no one's around. After both of these incidents, Moradores remembers an incident that occurred during one of his explorations a few days prior, an event he believes may be connected to whoever or whatever is haunting him.
Este problema de la sombra en mi casa se comenzó a suscitar hace aproximadamente medio año, en el cual yo hice una investigación con unos colegas y pasamos cerca de un panteón, bueno, el panteón de la localidad donde vivo. Yo me adelanté a un terreno que está a un lado del panteón. Esto ya era la 1 de la mañana más o menos, y bueno, es un terreno que tiene mucha vegetación, árboles y todo eso. Yo me adelanté y justo atrás de un árbol se me asomó una cara, yo la vi descarnada o quemada. Se veía muy muy feo, la verdad. A lo que yo pues hice salirme de ese terreno y me puse muy mal. Yo en mi en vivo salgo vomitando, de hecho salgo todo pálido, cosa que nunca me había pasado. Nunca había tenido una aparición así de frente. Ya había escuchado muchas cosas, ya había visto cosas, pero no así tal cual de frente. Y pues también cabe recalcar que algo que yo hago en mis investigaciones es que si veo algo o escucho algo, corro pero hacia donde lo vi, hacia donde lo escuché, para tratar de descartar cualquier tipo de cosas, ¿no? Y en este caso no, fue más mi miedo que otra cosa, y obviamente yo salí corriendo y pues estar en el en vivo me pongo muy mal, muy pálido. Igual posteriormente les comparto esa parte del video. En el video no se logra ver lo que yo vi, pero sí se ve esa parte donde yo me pongo muy mal. Y a raíz de eso es que se empezó a ver esa cosa en mi casa. A veces se ve adentro como una sombra negra, literalmente, que se pasea por la puerta del baño o incluso por las puertas o los pasillos de la casa.
In this next clip, Moradores returns to the site of the incident, aiming to provide additional details that add even more complexity to the unfolding story.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Miren, para seguirlos poniendo en contexto, estoy caminando por la calle donde en mi otro video les conté, donde se me apareció la sombra, bueno, la cara descarnada. Bueno, fue justo en esta entrada. Vean, la calle es pura tracería, no hay ni alumbrado público ni nada. Es en esta entrada, atrás del segundo árbol que se ve allá. Ahora, toda esta calle está oscura de noche, ¿eh? Pero lo raro es que solo es este tramito donde venimos nosotros. No es ningún otro lado. Ahora, algo que se me hizo muy extraño en días pasados que caminé por aquí es esto. Del 3 de agosto de este año. No voy a enfocar mucho por respeto. Ahora, a mí me da que tal vez aquí pueda haber un caso, porque mucha gente habla de esta calle. A mí ya me tocó ver algo en esta calle, y unos meses después alguien muere en esta calle, prácticamente en el lugar donde yo vi algo. Está raro, vean. Pero solo es este tramito, porque llegamos aquí a la esquina y ya hay alumbrado, pero este tramito se pone, vaya, bastante oscuro. De hecho, también les voy a subir un fragmento de un video de una exploración que hice hace apenas unos días, donde me tocaba pasar por esta calle como a la 1 de la mañana y vaya, dije no, está tétrico. Ahora aquí a la vuelta tenemos lo que es el panteón municipal de aquí del municipio. Otra cosa que lo hace muy raro también, o sea, un terreno que está a un lado de un panteón, en una calle que es tétricamente oscura y a un lado de un cementerio. Miren, aquí tenemos el cementerio. Está raro. Les voy a ir subiendo partes de la historia para que ustedes puedan irse poniendo más en contexto, ¿vale? De igual manera les voy a subir después el video de cómo se ve de noche esa calle y cuando no quise pasar. Nos vemos.
The case takes a chilling turn with new details emerging, the passing of an individual, the proximity of a cemetery, and the ghostly appearance of a ghastly, fleshless face. Yet, something even more unsettling would soon emerge. It's commonly accepted that when children convey experiences to their parents, these accounts are rarely fabricated. In this next clip, recorded by Moradores' wife, shows her and her son together. However, what the child recounts is truly chilling.
¿Otra vez? ¿Tienes miedo? ¿A qué le tienes miedo?
Something that he called a monster. Try to picture the type of face and creature with such distinct physical traits that it would be labelled a monster by a child. The mother tells Moradores about this, and he decides to load up the GhostTube app on his phone, which can detect things that are invisible to the naked eye. He chooses to use it in the exact spot of his son's eerie experience.
¿Qué es eso, papi? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Te da miedo? Sí. ¿Quién es?
Mario.
The mysterious occurrences persisted. One day, upon returning home, he was greeted by his son who had an unsettling experience to tell him.
Vengo llegando a casa. ¿Qué pasó, papi?
¿Verdad?
¿Qué hay en la puerta? A ver, llévame. ¿Qué hay en la puerta? ¿Qué viste?
Papá.
¿Me viste a mí? ¿En dónde? ¿En el baño? ¿Ahí estoy yo?
Papá.
No hay nadie, papi. Yo acabo de llegar.
Yet, the most harrowing moment was still to unfold. At 3 a.m, a loud knock at the door startles them. Moradores thinks it might be someone trying to break into their home. He hits record on his phone and ends up capturing this.
¿Qué onda, banda? Son las 3 y cacho de la mañana. Estoy grabando este video porque nos despertaban unos golpes en la puerta, como si estuvieran tocando. Pensamos que era el perro, pero ya son muchos y repetidamente. No sé, estoy con mi esposa, mi hijo, y a mi esposa me dijo que ya me levanté a ver porque sí, ya está raro, así que pues, vamos a ir a ver qué onda, porque esto sí está canijo. Ya están tocando mucho y el perro sí ya no puede ser. Deja nomás, voy a buscar unas chanclas, unos tenis o algo y pues vamos a ver qué onda, ¿no? Que sí ya esto está raro. Vamos a ver qué. ¿Qué pedo? No, esto sí no. No, madre. Esta puerta está cerrada. No hay nadie aquí tampoco. Está Valkyria. Hey Google, ¿qué hora es?
Son las 3:10 de la mañana.
Nada, amor, nada.
A dark figure knocks, and and then appears at the door, but when Moradores goes to confront it, it's nowhere to be seen. In this final clip, Moradores is spending time with his son when all of a sudden things take an eerie turn.
Todo había estado tranquilo.
Esta vez no. Miren lo que está pasando. Ya no había pasado nada. Estoy jugando con mi hijo. Estamos viendo caricaturas. Miren. Mi esposa está en el baño. Vamos a ver. No hay nada.
¿Qué
es eso? No es. Maldita sea, vamos a prender el flash. Ahí espera, hijo. ¿Qué fue eso? No hay nadie en la cocina. Oh, mierda. ¿Qué?
Ahora sí me dio miedo.
¿Qué es eso? Oh.
These incidents have left Moradores and his family frightened, and viewers believe that he is being haunted by something known in Spanish folklore as the being that knocks on the door. Whether it is or not, it seems that confronting it might have inadvertently allowed it to achieve its goal, to get someone to finally open their door. Legend suggests that in doing so, you permit the entity's entry and accept its presence in your home. Tragically, in many of these cases, the manifestations slowly begin to prey on family members by exploiting their fears. Viewers believe this is what happened to Moradores, but what are your thoughts on this matter? Is Moradores Nocturnos being haunted by something sinister known as the being that knocks on the door? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Uploaded to the subreddit Ghost a few years back by a user named Joe Ellis12, this video has resurfaced recently. Apparently, according to the caption, the OP's brother recorded his niece in his parents' kitchen cupboard alone, or maybe not.
¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Eh? ¿Qué estás haciendo? María José, te estoy hablando. Hey. Tote.
On first glance, it's quite hard to see, but if you look closely, a small hand reaches out from the dark shadows of the cupboard before slipping back out of sight. Viewers suggest this to be the hand of something sinister, possibly an entity that mimics a small child to befriend the OP's niece. But what do you think? This next video comes from the urban exploration channel, Urbex Hill. Chris ventures out on a solo exploration to the abandoned Aubadon High School located in Cleveland, Ohio. Chris enters the old abandoned school, and once inside he sets up infrared cameras in various parts of the building. He then starts his exploration, and it doesn't take long before he realizes that someone or something is there with him.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Listen. Yeah, somebody's here. Someone's gotta be here.
Noises can be heard nearby, and Chris starts to feel on edge, but bravely he presses on.
This is where that string goes. Listen. Holy sh**. Somebody's down there. What the hell was that noise? Wait a minute. This wasn't like this before. Oh crap.
More strange noises could be heard from close by, although when Chris goes down, no one's there. But then he stumbles across a door that has been blocked by a large metal object, which, earlier on in his exploration, can be seen on its side leaning against a wall. This creeps out Chris too much, and with all the bad news coverage about the school in recent months, he decides it would be best to end his exploration there. However, when he watched the footage taken on his static IR cameras placed around the building, he was stunned by what he saw. Something white is caught on one of Chris's IR cameras, moving in one of the windows, but what is it? Then, captured on another IR camera, a mysterious dark figure can be seen moving at rapid speed between the doors at the back. Chris's viewers agree that it was a smart decision for him to leave the school when he did, as who knows who or what was hiding behind that barricaded door. And people believe that the footage he captured on his IR cameras is paranormal. But what's your verdict? Is this white thing seen here on one of Chris's cameras and this dark figure moving quickly seen on another camera something paranormal? Share your thoughts in the comments. This next ghost video comes from the Japanese ghost hunting channel LOL Creatures. The ghost hunters investigate an abandoned hospital in Japan that is rumoured to be home to spirits of former patients. The paranormal investigators arrive equipped to gauge exactly how haunted the derelict building is with a variety of equipment. However, they are only there mere minutes before the two pick up on the strong malevolent energy at multiple points throughout the building. These manifestations only escalate the longer they stay in the building, especially when they split up. And when one of the ghost hunters makes his way up to the top floor, he captures something which may prove they're not alone.
Oh?
As the camera points in a room, a pale hand can be seen pressed against the glass of a window several stories high up off the ground. But when he takes a second look, there's no hand. The ghost hunters group up and show each other the footage. They become spooked by the creepy hand on the window. However, nothing could prepare them for this footage, captured by one of the other ghost hunters while he was alone in a different part of the hospital.
本日も行かれた中村さんが選んだ肺病院だそうです。大丈夫ですよ、今回は何かあったらすぐおまわりさん来てくれるので。ええで。
Did you spot it? As the bright flashlight hits the doorway, for a brief second, we can see a translucent, ghostly figure of what looks like a little girl standing there. But seconds before, when the flashlight hits the doorway the first time, the figure isn't there. And at the time, the ghost hunter is completely unaware of the ghostly presence. LOL Creatures viewers were left spooked by these creepy captures the ghost hunters caught at this abandoned building, with many believing that the team captured a real ghost on camera. But what do you make of this? Is this abandoned hospital still haunted by spirits of former patients? Let me know in the comments below. Paranormal investigator Filthy Investigates the Phantom Watcher live streamed his investigation of an old abandoned farmhouse for his viewers on Facebook. The farmhouse is said to be haunted by an elusive shadow figure and several other supernatural beings. Phil spends a while all alone in the farmhouse, attempting to make contact with anything that might be in there, and when darkness falls, Phil's camera captures something which has left him absolutely shocked. Did you see it? Caught on Phil's live stream, something dark, shaped like a figure, moves right behind Phil, who, at the time, was completely alone and unaware to what was behind him. Viewers who tuned into Phil's live exploration believe that this is the shadow figure said to haunt this old abandoned farmhouse. But what do you think this is? Did Phil capture a shadow figure on camera during his live stream at this old abandoned farmhouse? Let me know. Paranormal investigators Steve, Erica, Lara, Chelsea, Brett, and EMF specialist Susie from the ghost hunting channel, The Broken Wings Paranormal, accompanied by psychic medium Laura, visit the old Ritz Theatre located in Tuele, Utah, in an attempt to contact any spirits inside. The theatre was built in 1899 and was initially used as a dry goods store and later a boarding house before it officially closed its doors in 1988. The theatre is said to be haunted by several ghosts, including the spirit of projectionist Joe Montgomery, who passed away from natural causes in the projection room. Steve says the last time some of the crew visited the Ritz a year and a half ago, they witnessed shadow figures as well as other supernatural phenomena. For the first part of the video, the Broken Wings Paranormal team explore Theatre 1 and attempt to make contact with anything that could be in there. Then afterwards, Laura, Chelsea and Susie explore the projection room where they feel the atmosphere take an eerie turn, and psychic medium Laura confirms that tragedy had occurred in there, presumably the passing of projectionist Joe Montgomery. After meeting back up with the rest of the ghost hunting team, the crew set up a spirit box on the main stage of the theatre. Steve, Brett, Erica and Chelsea sit in the front row of the theatre, while Susie and Laura sit further back from the rest of the crew, and it doesn't take long for whoever or whatever is there to communicate with them.
Blow me. It said blow me. What? That's a first. We've never had blow me before. Blow me. It said blow me. What? That's a first. We've never had blow me before.
All jokes aside, if you look to the back of the theatre, a glowing white orb can be seen floating around above the team of investigators who don't see it. Broken Wings Paranormal decide to move to Theatre 2, where Steve and medium Laura sense the presence of an unfriendly spirit. Later, EMF specialist Susie decides to stay alone in a back room with her EMF equipment on in an attempt to mediate contact between Steve and the spirit.
You need to answer us.
I've told the best boy.
Who is the best boy?
Oh my God, something just stroked my goddamn hair.
Are you sure you didn't hit that extension cord?
No. I've told the best boy.
Who's the best boy?
Oh my God.
Erica is creeped out after something touches her hair. A few months later, Broken Wings Paranormal return to the Ritz Theatre. This time, familiar faces Steve, Brett, and Lara are accompanied by paranormal investigators Andrea, Belle, and special guest Tim, right before the crew begin to officially start recording their investigation. Static camera 4, placed in Theatre 1, captures something.
Before we even get started, a misty figure decides it's time to leave the theater.
As Steve says, a blurry, misty figure can be seen walking up one of the aisles. Granted, it's quite hard to see, but if we enhance the footage, we can see that something does indeed move towards the exit. The group gather at the front of the main stage, and their static cameras capture another mysterious phenomena.
What the hell is that?
Is that your phone? I think it was someone's playing radio. Oh, okay.
Another faint thing is caught floating above the group, but what is it? And even one of the team can be heard saying, "What was that?" As whatever this thing is floats above them. A little later, Brett decides to sit on the stage surrounded by lights, candles, and several ghost hunting devices and tries to make contact. While blindfolded, Brett says he feels something coming closer. The
Experimenta posibilidades infinitas con el creador de personajes de Black Desert.
In a dimly lit studio in Mexico, Paco, a photographer, awaits his friend Eduardo's arrival for a late-night project. The quiet is suddenly shattered by Eduardo's voice, loud and urgent, drifting in through the open window. It seems he's caught up in a heated conversation just outside, on the desolate street. Unease creeps into Paco's camera feed, peering into the monitor to see what lurks in the shadows outside his studio.
Güey, te juro por Dios, güey. Te lo juro por Dios que un señor me preguntó que dónde era la pinera.
No digas mamadas.
Te lo juro por Dios, güey. Un señor se me acercó y me preguntó, oiga, disculpe, ¿dónde es la pinera? Y por eso le explico, le digo que tenía que cruzar y darle más para abajo, güey, te lo juro. Te lo juro, güey, no mames.
Eduardo insists he was giving directions to a man, but the security footage shows only a chilling white mist where he stood. Could Eduardo truly have spoken with a ghost, or was it merely a moment of madness? He's utterly convinced it was real. What's your take on this eerie encounter? On a chilling night in November 2020, the lone YouTuber Briscoe Park ventured into the depths of darkness with his camera. His latest upload captured his eerie exploration of an old abandoned house, shrouded in the stillness of the night. The footage, unsettling in its rawness, echoed the haunted scenes reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project. As Briscoe meandered through the desolate area, The video bore an unnerving aura, weaving a tapestry of suspense with every step he took. For the initial minutes, his journey seemed devoid of anything remarkable, just the quiet whispers of the forgotten and the occasional creaks breaking the silence. Yet, as the clock ticked closer to the 2-minute mark, the mundane turned macabre. As Briscoe passed a dimly lit window, the camera caught a glimpse of something truly sinister lurking in the shadows. Dare to watch and see what horrors await. In the dimly lit blue room, if you peer closely enough, an unsettling shadow emerges from the darkness. About half a minute later, as Briscoe steps into the room to investigate, he becomes the unwitting focus of another chilling occurrence. Did you catch that? Peer into the leftmost window of the room, and you'll glimpse a pair of eyes spying on him before they vanish swiftly into the night. As for why Briscoe was here, shrouded in secrecy, we can only pray this eerie encounter serves as a dire warning. He must steer clear of this forsaken place, lest he invites a true horror upon himself. Before we dive deeper into this scary video, I want to remind you about something special. If you love horror stories, scary stories, haunted locations, and terrifying true horror stories, then make sure to subscribe to Scary Comp Mysteries. Link in the description. Every week we bring you untold true horror stories that will leave you questioning reality and wondering what might be lurking in the darkness. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a single story that sends shivers down your spine. Now, let's get back to the video. Late one eerie night, a lone rider was navigating a deceptively silent and deserted road. All seemed typical, just a man and his motorcycle slicing through the deep, impenetrable blackness. The camera affixed to his bike diligently recorded the path forward, revealing no hints of the bizarre. However, the moment he swiveled the camera towards himself, a horrifying figure emerged into frame, twisting what had been an ordinary ride into a nightmarish descent. Take a closer look.
Command the magic, conquer the realm.
How many ways can you stuff a pad into your pocket, into your sleeve? So like...
For the first time ever, Allure, Glamour, Teen Vogue, and You by Kotex are bringing together 3 different period advocacy experts to ask questions that destigmatize and normalize periods. Because change can be as simple as having a conversation.
In trying to normalize period talk, how do you refer to yours?
Honestly, as my period.
As I got older and felt a little bit more in control of my body, I was able to use the word period uncomfortably, but I said it out loud.
I grew up in a household where we just called it what it was. Even with my own daughter, one of the really nice things to see, specifically with You by Kotex, is it's not a secret anymore. You can look at the package and see exactly what you're getting.
So different from them when we were growing up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was up with the blue liquid in those pad commercials back in the day?
There's coded messaging when it comes to menstruation. And so it was taking away the reality of menstruation, which is blood.
Right.
So You by Kotex, using red liquid in an ad and showing on a pad truly was revolutionary because nobody did that before. Is there still an ingrained stigma amongst younger generations about periods?
It's definitely starting to shift for the better. There's a lot more of a shift online and a lot more positivity where people are just not as embarrassed or not as shy to talk about periods.
I was celebrating my daughter's birthday. I saw one of the friends lean over and pass a tampon to one of the girls that had just gotten her period. You know, she was like, I got you.
That's very cool.
You know, no big deal.
In high school, it was very common to see how many ways can you stuff a pad into your pocket, into your sleeve. So like, so for example, I used to be embarrassed about it and I would literally be like,
yes,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to grow out of that.
Who is most affected by period poverty in the U.S.?
There are so many populations that experience period poverty on a daily basis, from low-income students to Black and brown menstruators, to those who are incarcerated, to those who are experiencing homelessness. And it's very easy for us to feel removed. It can very much be someone that's much closer to you than you think.
And certainly not having the resources to adequately deal with periods can lead to things like shame. Period poverty affects both mental as well as physical health.
What were we advocating for then versus what are we advocating for now?
We're still kind of advocating for the same things. We're advocating for communication. We're advocating for clarity. We're advocating for having experiences that are more normalized and less difficult to talk about. The major issue about menstruation, not just in this society, but through millennia and across the world, is the inherent fear and shame and embarrassment. It stems from when people didn't know what it was. You by Kotex has been doing a really good job of changing that language and doing things like this to make people more comfortable about having a conversation and share experiences. It's something that's normal, so why can't we share?
Normalization of the word period, normalization of menstrual challenges is the key to shifting the awareness, to pushing the conversation forward. And that in turn is going to be positively reflected in how our society treats it and how our society responds to it.
We all have varying experiences, but we're all experiencing the same journey.
We're normalizing periods with You by Kotex, and you can too.
Did you see that? It's faint, but undeniably present, lurking right behind him. The silhouette of what seems to be a person, as though some spectral presence decided to tag along, invisible, yet clearly marked. The streets are deserted, the night eerily silent. There are no hands clutching at him, no shadow from the forward-pointing camera. Yet when the lens swings back to him, this ghostly figure emerges from nowhere. How can that be? With not a single soul in sight, it appears. As the lens shifts, initially, it captures only him. But then, as if summoned, another shadow materializes. It's uncanny and disturbing, bearing the essence of an unseen traveler. Could it merely be a trick of the light? Or is this phenomenon veering into the supernatural? The notion of an apparitional hitchhiker is chilling, made all the more real by the undeniable proof before our eyes. While some in the comments might dismiss it as a joke, calling it his ghost girlfriend, the humor falls flat. This shadow confronts us with deep, unnerving questions and leaves us with the haunting suspicion that something from beyond may have decided to join him for the journey. Roland and his friend Omar embarked on a chilling expedition to explore some of America's most haunted locations. Each site was steeped in eerie tales of the supernatural. Throughout their eerie journey, they captured numerous unsettling moments, weaving them into a haunting montage. We're about to delve into 3 of the most spine-tingling episodes. The first encounter unfolds in the shadowy confines of a haunted house's living room, precisely at the witching hour of 11 p.m. It's worth mentioning that the ancient clock, a silent witness to years of spectral occurrences, had been frozen in time for over a decade, its hands locked in an endless, incorrect echo of the past.
If there is a spirit here that is shaking this clock, let me know. And why are you messing with my clock? Let me know that you are here. Show me some kind of sign. Do something. Did you just make the clock move? Alright,
What was that? Alright, that clock just literally moved.
Did you just make the clock move? Show me a sign. Do something. Holy f***. Alright, that time, holy sh**.
The clock trembled violently on the wall, its hands whirling around at an impossible speed, despite the absence of batteries. This eerie occurrence was merely the beginning of a series of chilling events that Roland would soon encounter. As he ventured through the living room, curiosity drew him toward the building's entrance to probe any supernatural activities there. His friend Omar had insisted this section was benign, the least likely to stir with the paranormal. Yet, Omar's assurances quickly crumbled as the unsettling reality of the building began to unfold.
En este mundo desconocido, es hora de soltar amarras para vivir una aventura marítima llena de sorpresas. Mario & Luigi, conexión fraternal. La aventura se desarrolla en Concordia, un continente formado por islas que flotan a la deriva. Antaño formaban una única masa, pero se resquebrajó por culpa de un misterioso cataclismo. Esta es Coneta, una amable muchacha. Y este es Porco Polo, que no es un cerdo en absoluto. Con estos nuevos amigos, Mario y Luigi están listos para zarpar. Esta es la isla Nao, una isla con forma de barco. Os servirá de base mientras navegáis por el ancho mar, en busca de islas a la deriva. Explorad una selva donde llueve sin parar, un inmenso desierto, una isla con hielo y lava y muchos sitios más. En cada lugar os cruzaréis con peculiares isleños. Y os enfrentaréis al malvado Shoque y a sus seguidores. ¡Ahí va! ¿Bowser y sus esbirros también vienen a dar la lata?
What in the hell? I know that was not just open. That was shut. Something in here. Came from in here somewhere.
Eerily, Roland began to hear strange noises drifting from the kitchen. even with his friend right beside him, the only other person on this unsettling journey. The sounds were too close, too real, in that house already brimming with unnerving energy. The two didn't linger. With a flurry of paranormal activity already caught on camera, they decided they had more than enough footage to move on. Their next stop, however, was somewhere unexpected. Roland's own house. Roland's house is notoriously haunted. After all, with the number of sinister locations he's explored, it's almost certain that a few of the spirits he encountered have found their way back with him. The clip you're about to witness was captured just minutes after Roland and Omar stepped inside. Exactly 4 minutes, to be precise. Watch closely. This spirit must have been drawn to the high life, flicking the sports car's engine on and off in a rapid, eerie rhythm, as if savoring a taste of the luxury it had left behind. Dee, from the YouTube channel, Dee's Dark Adventures often ventures into the shadowy corners of the world, bringing her audience along through eerie, forgotten places. In her latest video, Dee navigates the haunting corridors of an old farmhouse, a place that whispers secrets of its chilling past. As the camera follows her cautious steps outside, alongside the rustling cornfields, the atmosphere is unnervingly quiet, deceptively calm. But as the video nears its 7th minute, a sound pierces the silence. A chilling, unidentifiable noise that sends a shiver down Dee's spine and promises true terror is just beginning.
What am I hearing? Listen. I don't know if it's a whispering. I don't know what that is. Dude, what the f***? No, dude. Told me this shit happened.
Then, as she ventured further into the cornfield, she stumbled upon something so unsettling, it should have sent her fleeing back to the safety of her home immediately.
What the hell is that? What the hell is it doing? What the hell is that? What the hell is it doing? No, I'm done. Oh my god, it just made a noise. No!
A shadowy figure lurks behind the rows of corn, suddenly emitting a chilling howl. Undeterred, Dee presses forward, her investigation unyielding. Yet, Mere minutes later, she finds herself once again ensnared by the grip of terror.
You know, take you guys to new locations. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? It's moving. Shit. We can't run. There's potholes everywhere. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
A shadowy grey figure looms ominously in the upper left corner of the cornfield, its eyes glowing with an unnatural intensity. Given its position, the entity must be staggeringly large. This recent footage only reinforces the chilling advice to steer clear of cornfields. Hopefully, Dee heeds this warning as well. A group of investigators ventured into the eerie depths of Dragon Manor, equipped with nothing but cameras and flashlights, eager to capture the spectral presences rumored to stalk its shadowy corridors. Unbeknownst to them, they were on the brink of encountering a chilling secret that would send shivers down their spines. Dare to discover what lurks within.
这什么图这是？清明上河。我操！谁？啊！哎呦我操！哎！啊！我操你妈！回来！你搁门口待着，我看看，我看看咋回事。
As they ventured further into the depths of the manor, the air grew thick with unease. The team stumbled upon a seemingly ordinary bouquet sayers. However, the atmosphere shifted as the books began to stir. One by one, they levitated, as if manipulated by an unseen force, their movements slow and deliberate, haunting in their precision. It was a subtle yet unmistakable display of the paranormal. What unearthly power could toy with reality in such a manner? Just when you believe the oddities have peaked, a mop begins to stir by itself, eerily sweeping the floor as if driven by an unseen hand. Moments after, a broom starts its own sinister waltz, joining in the unsettling performance. It's as though the house breathes life, tending to tasks long neglected. The team, and undoubtedly all of us witnessing this spectacle, are left to ponder if Dragon Manor possesses a will of its own, compelling us to question the very reality of what we're observing.
Conviértete en el maestro del aire, el trueno de los mares o la furia de un tanque en el épico juego de acción multijugador.
谁？哎呦我操！ 我现在真的，我瞬间感觉这心土土的现在。老魏，
At last, the team reaches the dining area, and here, the atmosphere plunges into eerie dread. Bowls and chopsticks begin to creep across the table on their own, arranging themselves as if guided by unseen hands. This chilling orchestration is the most unsettling event of the night, hinting at a haunting that isn't merely chaotic, but deliberate. It's as if the spirits harbored a dark message. But what's your take? Is this merely a deception? A trick of the mind? Or did they unearth something truly sinister? Something better left undisturbed? Share your thoughts. Paranormal investigator Connor from Great Britain decided to explore an abandoned mansion, and what he captured there is bone-chilling.
Hello? Is anyone there? This place is fucking horrible. What the fuck? What the fuck? The fucking lights just went out. Who's there?
As Connor wanders through the decaying halls, he notices shadows shifting. Homeless souls have taken shelter here, silent figures tucked into darkened corners. In one of the endless forgotten rooms, a sudden thunderous bang erupts behind him. He freezes as the light in the room to his right flickers, then dies. Driven by an uneasy curiosity, Connor steps toward the source of the noise, but the room is empty, as if no one had ever been there at all. From that moment, he proceeds through the mansion, every nerve on edge.
Oh my
smell smoke. Has someone had a cigarette in here recently?
Did you catch anything disturbing? Only the sharpest eyes might have spotted these eerie details. In the last clip, we watch Connor drawn by a loud, echoing bang down one of the endless hallways. Moments later, he passes through again. Do you see it now? Something isn't right. On his first pass, the fire extinguisher was in one place, but now it has shifted. Stranger yet, another extinguisher has appeared on the floor, and extra papers have mysteriously surfaced on the counter. But here's where it gets unsettling. It's not just the items that have moved. Did you notice the shadowy figures standing by the counter? And as Connor descends the stairs, there's a glimpse of a figure, a silhouette frozen in place, unmoving and silent. We can't say with certainty if the footage is authentic, though. The video cuts abruptly after he captures that figure, casting doubt over it all. What do you think? Who or what moved those objects while Connor was wandering through Inaisumas? And perhaps most chillingly, who was the silent figure standing in the shadows? Only Connor holds the answers to these mysteries, and only he knows if any of it was real, or just a carefully crafted illusion. Colton and Casey ventured into the dense, dark woods to find an old hunting cabin, a place so remote that just reaching it was an ordeal in itself. The cabin had caught their attention because of chilling reports from its occupants, stories of unexplained phenomena that sent shivers down their spines. Whispers echoed in empty rooms. Doors creaked and shut on their own, and shadowy figures drifted through the dim spaces, never fully revealing themselves. For Colton and Casey, this was more than enough reason to press forward with their investigation. Once they arrived, the silence felt thick, almost suffocating, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. After a brief discussion, they made the risky choice to split up. Colton would scour the area around the cabin, while Casey sharper focus. But here's the chilling part. Casey had no idea he might have captured a ghost. Moments later, he entered the room where he'd seen the head, but it was gone. Vanished. So what did he capture that night? Who or what was that shadowy figure? And to whom did that terrifying head belong? Only they know the truth. Until then, it's up to you to decide. Was it real or just an illusion? The original source of this video is unknown, but it has been uploaded on Reddit and TikTok. In the video, we see a mysterious creature captured on a doorbell camera. It looks like a baby, but it's definitely not a child. This creature has vampire-like teeth and sharp claws. So, who or what could it be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Welcome back, viewers. Today, we are going to explore 50 scariest and unexplained videos from around the world. So sit back, relax, and get ready to delve into the mysterious realms of this world. Some individuals found themselves staring into the cavernous depth, and while inspecting the cavernous depth, they captured something downright creepy. Here is what they captured. Take a look.
Te lo juro que había algo ahí.
¿Nos devolvemos?
Créame que yo no lo hubiera llamado. Yo hubiera visto algo. Es que yo iba pasando por acá y esa vuelta está destapada. Obviamente no.
Sí, risa, güey. Usted risa, ahorita.
Ahí en la parte alta.
Perro, sí lo vio.
What is that? All we can make out are two black eyes and a strange alien-like shape. It looks almost too perfect to be real. It's so still and moves so smoothly, almost as if it's a mask someone placed over the edge. We haven't found any additional information about this online, so we're turning it over to you. Can you find anything about this clip? Do you have any theories? Share your thoughts in the comments. In regions where tradition and ancient culture are deeply honored, encountering mystical creatures and figures during festivals is not uncommon. The video you are about to watch has sparked a heated debate among devout worshippers and skeptics about what it might actually depict. Here is what was captured. A humanoid figure appeared in the clouds over Mount Zuk in China. Upon closer examination, the figure resembles a Chinese woman with her hair styled in a bun, appearing to overlook the city. Some worshippers in the area believe this to be a divine representation of their god, watching over them, while others think it's simply an oddly shaped cumulus cloud. However, it's worth noting the impressive quality of the phone's lens capturing this image. A person named Trevor was driving late at night during his recent tour of Gali, and while driving on road, he captured something truly spine-chilling. A strange figure darts from the right into the darkness of the woods. What could be prowling the forest at around 3 in the morning? And get this, it was running on 2 legs, not 4, as a typical wild animal would. Gali is known for its mischievous monkeys and strange occurrences, often unsettling for tourists. But since when do monkeys become nocturnal? On the other hand, what if it was something much more sinister, like a cryptid or an alien? You can decide for yourself. This next unsettling video gained widespread attention on TikTok, though it was initially recorded by Indonesian Twitter user Gustadang. Gust describes on Twitter that he was traveling from Surabaya, Indonesia to Bali, and was the first passenger to board the otherwise empty plane. While boarding, he filmed a video to share with his wife. Upon reviewing the footage later, he noticed something quite disturbing.
Selamat malam. 15B.
A dark, indistinct figure appears to be moving around in one of the seats. However, when Goose passes by the seat, it is empty. Gustadeng's video has garnered over 14 million views, with many viewers speculating that the mysterious figure might be the spirit of a deceased passenger. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below. A Reddit user by the handle Jude3111 recounts an anecdote concerning a friend residing in upstate New York, who took the proactive measure of installing a security camera in his backyard. Despite the routine barking of his dog each night, the cause remained an enigma, evading discernment. However, a pivotal moment arose when the installed camera captured an unexpected revelation during one such evening. a mysterious figure emerged from the shadows, swiftly traversing the yard before seemingly vanishing into thin air. Throughout its movement, a vigilant dog observed its every step. Prior to the figure's appearance, the property owner could be discerned wielding a flashlight, actively scouring the surroundings for any signs of intruders. The question lingers. Was this a spectral presence or merely an unsettling nocturnal jogger? One evening, while a family resides away from their residence in Kansas City, Missouri, their Nest security camera captures an exceedingly peculiar occurrence.
Omoa's black blood serves as a vengeful messenger to the line of the parasite who stole the holy flame. It leaves a trail from the mountain of eternal.
A silhouette resembling a child's stature is observed gliding from the upstairs bedroom. Its movement is not indicative of walking or running, but rather of a rapid, seemingly weightless flotation until it abruptly vanishes into the ether. Amidst this occurrence, a faint, childlike voice cries out for assistance. The family lacks prior encounters with the paranormal, leaving them bewildered by the inexplicable phenomena they are currently experiencing. Despite the relatively recent construction of their home 15 years ago, thorough online research has failed to uncover any peculiar, historical incidents associated with the property. Thus, the question remains, what could be the cause of these occurrences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Just before 5 a.m., in the complete darkness of a Colombian road, a dashcam captured something the driver did not notice at the time. However, after witnessing a crash minutes later, things took a frightening turn as he searched for the footage requested by the authorities. Watch the footage for yourself. What begins as a routine drive quickly transforms into a startling experience, reminiscent of a horror film. A figure dressed in white appears, walking across the road without reacting to the approaching truck. This figure resembles a woman in a gown, raising questions about why she was out so early in the morning. Was she sleepwalking? Additionally, why did the driver fail to notice her despite her clear visibility on camera? Could this be the paranormal evidence we've all been searching for? Share your thoughts with us. A young boy stayed in a hotel at night with his family while he was on vacation with entire family. And while he was sleeping at night, he experienced a chilling paranormal experience. At one point, he heard unsettling sounds emanating from the bathroom. He instinctively grabbed his phone. He managed to capture the eerie events just in time. One night, he found himself alone while his family slept in another room, oblivious to what was about to unfold. With the windows jammed shut and the AC off, what unseen force could manipulate reality at such an eerie hour? Did you notice the orbs of light swirling as the door creaked? His shocked recount suggests this wasn't the first strange occurrence that night, but it was the most unsettling. Could these events suggest they were unwitting guests in a real-life Hotel Transylvania? Perhaps, but such illusions can be easily orchestrated. Do you lean towards belief or skepticism? Share your thoughts. A man hears unusual noises emanating from his kitchen and decides to investigate. Suspecting it might be a prank orchestrated by his playful friends, he grabs his recording device to capture the anticipated reveal. However, what he encounters leaves him utterly bewildered.
Hey guys, I've been hearing this really weird knocking coming from my kitchen for like the last hour. What the hell? No way. The hell?
Based on his initial enthusiasm, it appears he knows individuals capable of executing the absurd. Yet, his astonishment was palpable upon discovering an empty kitchen, save for a cabinet displaying an oddly independent behavior. He promptly scrutinizes the surroundings with thoroughness, suggesting transparency rather than secrecy. Could this phenomenon be attributed to poltergeist phenomena or merely a deceptive ploy? Our speculation leans towards the mischievous antics of the one-eyed mug. A Reddit user by the handle Trainslord shared a video clip on the Ghosts subreddit. In the accompanying explanation, the uploader recounts recording the footage with a friend several years ago while under the influence, but they never bothered to review it until recently. Upon a spontaneous decision to peruse through their phone's media gallery, they were struck by terror upon reviewing the footage.
The continuum of time. The continuum of time.
Staring at the camera from behind the door. The identity of this figure remains elusive, obscured by the brevity of its appearance. It raises concerns regarding the presence of an unexpected visitor within the confines. A Facebook user by the name Shy Unique went live on Facebook to explain some of the strange things he had been observing outside his house, creeping through the greenery. What he captured was far more intriguing than just an old tale. Take a look.
That's the exact motherfucking spot now. That's my backyard. I'm zooming in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just...
Enlisted, un nuevo shooter militar de combate masivo gratuito. Lidera un escuadrón de soldados y participa en legendarias batallas de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. En este momento están disponibles en el juego Invasión de Normandía y Batalla por Moscú.
What was that? According to him, he had several instances where he was smoking on his back porch and saw something unusual moving across the garden. He managed to take a photo before, but it was unclear. This video, however, makes things much more concrete. It's hard to see how he could have faked a transparent demonic figure running through the garden during a live stream. This situation was never mentioned again on Shy Unique's profile. If you have any thoughts or opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Warehouse work is inherently risky due to the heavy loads and machinery that pose constant hazards. However, encountering an unseen force pulling you down the aisles with the strength of 10 men is not something you would typically expect. Yet, that is exactly what happened here. Take a look. Putting everything else aside for a moment, things could have ended very badly for that poor man if the boxes of beer cans had fallen on his head or struck him. One might argue that someone could have been hiding behind the shelving unit to push everything off. But how do you explain the fact that he was dragged such a long distance at such a speed? This isn't a Hollywood set. It's a warehouse with CCTV security footage. Moreover, we only see one angle, and there doesn't appear to be anyone present who could have manipulated a string. Even if a string were involved, imagine the pain of being dragged with a thin wire against your skin. It is evident that our knowledge about Area 51 remains limited, particularly concerning our desired depth of understanding. According to a recent Reddit post, personnel at Area 51 have reportedly been negligent in their duty to manage alien remains effectively. A seemingly obscure corridor emerges as an unexpected location for discarding purported alien remains. The video lacks credible sourcing, but claims to depict genuine extraterrestrial footage. Of particular intrigue is the peculiar appendage resembling a tail and fin, an unforeseen characteristic. Whether this discovery was intended to be unearthed from the depths of the sea or the heights of Mars remains uncertain. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. A Reddit user by the name of Last Mammoth, residing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, stumbled upon an unsettling incident captured by his home security camera while he was away at work. The footage reveals his dogs, Frank and Mac, innocently lounging in the living room, unaware of the eerie event unfolding around them. A faint sound of a voice can be heard whispering, "My house." Just moments before, the dogs become startled for no apparent reason, followed by the eerie sight of the door swinging open without any visible cause. Last Mammoth, typically skeptical of supernatural phenomena, finds himself increasingly unsettled by recent inexplicable occurrences. Earlier on the same morning, a bird collided with his wife's office door, a seemingly ominous event. These occurrences have heightened their suspicions that an unknown force may be shadowing his wife, especially since she has been encountering eerie and unexplainable incidents since the passing of her cousin. Reddit user Mike is awake around midnight after his family has gone to bed. He suddenly detects a strange odor coming from the living room and suspects that one of the pets might have urinated on the floor. As Mike begins to search for the source of the smell, he encounters something that frightens him deeply. A faint, childlike voice appears to whisper Mike from somewhere nearby. Mike rushes up the stairs, leaving his dog and worried kitten behind, confused by the sudden turn of events. He explains that he lives in an old 1850s house near Herring Cove, Canada, which has a somewhat dark history. However, he claims he has never experienced anything remotely paranormal before this night. In fact, Mike has never posted about anything supernatural until this unsettling incident, which left him fleeing in fear. Following unsettling video immediately evokes a sense of fear as it portrays a man encountering an inexplicable phenomenon within his own home. The individual behind the camera captures a moment within the confines of their home, directing their lens down a hallway. Almost immediately, the footage reveals a door to the left abruptly swinging open, accompanied by a creaking sound suggestive of internal manipulation. Prompted by this occurrence, the individual hastens towards the door, positioning their camera to peer within. Here, a staircase leading into the abyss of their basement looms, shrouded in profound darkness. Speculating on the cause, the individual attributes the door's motion to a phantom draft originating from below, though harboring doubts, hinting at a potentially more ominous presence within their residence. Expressing frustration, they lament the recurrent need to secure the door against its unexplained openings. As the clip draws to a close, they firmly shut the door, ensuring its confinement with a decisive lock. A Reddit user by the handle, aggravating Weird 403, returned home after spending the entire day at a water park. Upon entering his house, he found it eerily deserted. However, his tranquility was abruptly interrupted by a notification on his phone indicating movement detected inside his residence. What he witnessed on the surveillance footage was deeply unsettling. Upon reviewing the footage from the camera, it became evident that significant activity was occurring. The presence of flickering lights and moving doors or objects aroused concern in the individual. Could this phenomena be attributed to spiritual manifestations? Alternatively, do you harbor your own interpretations regarding the contents of this recording? You've likely encountered many frightening videos online, but none will surprise you quite like the one sent to us on Instagram by Abiodun from Kano, Nigeria. We appreciate his request for us to analyze this unsettling footage. Take a look. Many paranormal enthusiasts might attribute this incident to an unusually destructive office poltergeist. However, let's take a moment to examine what might have actually occurred. A closer look reveals that searches like "Can an office chair explode?" are quite common on Google. According to FlexiSpa, a well-known office furniture brand, while it's rare, office chairs can indeed explode. This typically results from a malfunction in the pneumatic cylinder, which adjusts the chair's height and contains compressed gas. The primary causes of such malfunctions include manufacturing defects, overloading, and excessive heat. These factors could indeed explain why the chair experienced such a dramatic failure.
Viking Rise. Play free now.
Please welcome an absolutely new Crossout, a free-to-play multiplayer action game about battles and cool vehicles in a post-apocalyptic world. In the new update, the game has been globally redesigned. Next-generation graphics, advanced physics, complete immersion in fierce battles, and indescribable feelings from controlling armed and swift armored vehicles. It's a Crossout you've never seen before. Assemble your own tracked catapult with rocket launchers, or sports car with laser guns on hovers from hundreds of parts. Fight other players in breathtaking raids, or sweaty slugfests against enormous bosses. Crossout is now fully charged. All gunshot effects have become cooler, and enemies discorporate into dozens of parts when destroyed. Tired of the brown nuclear wasteland? In Crossout, you will encounter dozens of diverse maps with acid lakes, bottomless mines, neon megapolises, and destructible buildings. Download Crossout for free on crossout.net. Also available on PlayStation and Xbox.
What do you think? Share your thoughts with us. And a special thanks to Abiodun for requesting our analysis of this video. Riding motorbikes involves numerous risks that one must consider. Amidst all these concerns, this individual faced an unexpected and unforeseen incident. There's a lot to consider here, so let's start with the context. The individual claimed that the person who appeared in front of him only dashed towards him at the last moment, but it seems they had been crossing the road for a while before he reached them. The biker also mentioned that he did not sense the person's presence at all, which is odd given that something or someone collided directly with his bike. So, what exactly happened? Reviewing the comments, some viewers tried to enhance the video to identify a clear face, but were unsuccessful. The figure appears human in shape and is dressed in typical clothing, but the face is not visible. Furthermore, the figure disappears right after the biker passes by. It's somewhat suspicious that the biker didn't stop to check what happened, though it could simply be due to adrenaline. Is this a case of a road phantom or just a close call? If you live in the UK or nearby, you probably remember the recent spectacle of the Northern Lights, which had many people looking up in wonder. While most managed to capture some amazing photos, this individual recorded something that left him so unsettled. He had to sleep with the lights on that night. If you missed it, don't worry. It's a bit difficult to spot, so let's slow it down and zoom in. There appears to be a shadowy figure moving across the shop. The original poster thinks it resembles a man in a top hat, but insists there was no one with him at the time. Could it be a spirit or some otherworldly entity drawn to the Northern Lights? It's rare to capture a ghostly apparition on camera, especially one with such a distinctive appearance. However, the person was using long exposure on his phone, which keeps the camera shutter open longer to capture more detailed images of movement. This technique works best with a still camera, which this person wasn't using. Even with this in mind, it's unsettling to think there was a solitary figure wandering around. Could it be something from another realm? Or just someone who happened to be in the frame while trying to photograph the lights? Let us know what you think about this. A Reddit user known as CCelery6299 shared a video on the paranormal subreddit that caught my attention. Several years ago, CCelery62299 underwent treatment in Denver for a severe autoimmune disorder. Throughout their stay in a facility dedicated to individuals with serious medical conditions, CCelery6299 often sensed an oppressive presence nearby. One particular night, at 3 a.m., they noticed movement outside their bedroom window. Prompted by curiosity, CCelery6299 began recording with their phone, capturing something profoundly unsettling without realizing it.
What the fuck is that? I can't even focus on it. What?
On the highway, a mysterious figure emerges amidst the mist. This unsettling presence seems to traverse the bustling thoroughfare, only to abruptly move in reverse. Upon closer examination, the anomaly resembles a humanoid form, complete with a head, torso, and 2 legs. The Reddit user remains perplexed by the encounter, unable to ascertain the true nature of the apparition. Nevertheless, it appears that this spectral entity was simply engaged in a mundane activity of walking, albeit in an otherworldly manner. Having a window seat on a plane offers a fantastic experience for several reasons. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the stunning views. If you're interested, you can even capture impressive videos with your phone by positioning it towards the window. This was the intent of one passenger. However, rather than posting a beautiful TikTok video, the footage was shared for an entirely different reason. Take a look. Harry Potter fans might be shouting Dementor, and they might not be entirely off the mark. After all, what is that thing? The description of a shadowy, whispering figure changing shape thousands of miles above the ground is far from reassuring. It doesn't resemble a typical UFO sighting. But what else could be up there over Washington at such a height? We could speculate about UFOs, mythical creatures, or other supernatural phenomena, but it's also possible that it's simply a murmuration of birds. We'll leave it up to you to decide. This video, recorded by an adventurous explorer, reveals that caves are not merely filled with jagged rocks and moments of panic. There is much more lurking underground than one might want to know.
Allah. Hocam. Aç. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Taş atıyor biri. Hocam bu ne ya? Ana. Oğlum. O ne? Hocam. Vallahi içeride bir şey var. Uyarıyorlar bizi, uyarıyorlar. Kaç. Var ya burada bir şey sıkışmış bak. Taşın içinde bir şey var. Hocam.
After hearing strange noises coming from beneath the rocks, they decided to investigate. That's when they noticed a disturbing head with glazed black eyes and an appearance reminiscent of stereotypical aliens staring directly into the camera. Unfortunately, the video is too brief to provide a clear view of what it was, but it does reveal some unsettling features. While it's understandable that they might have fled, it's always suspicious that footage with potential to be significant paranormal evidence often cuts off prematurely. Could it be a real alien caught on camera, or perhaps someone in a costume? If this were on TikTok, it would likely be labeled a skinwalker, maybe even one taking up caving as a hobby. That would certainly be intriguing. A Reddit user known as Elizabeth Green Girl 88 shared unsettling footage on the Ghost subreddit. The video, recorded by a security camera in the backyard of her home, initially shows her husband performing the routine task of taking out the trash. However, the situation takes a disturbing turn when it becomes apparent that he is not alone. An eerie presence, seemingly from another realm, accompanies him. Watch closely.
En vez de guardar sin pensar, venden Wallapop y gana dinero.
If you observe closely behind the man disposing of the trash, you might discern a peculiar, ghostly figure meandering around him for a brief moment before vanishing inexplicably. Many viewers, as evidenced by the comments, share a sense of bewilderment regarding the footage. According to the uploader, after viewing the footage with her husband later on, he was noticeably unsettled, a reaction easily understandable given the circumstances. What do you believe was captured on camera that day? Could it be a spectral visitor making an unexpected appearance? Or is there another explanation at play here? I'm eager to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Reddit user Accomplished Turn 720 recently shared a chilling video of a paranormal encounter that took place a couple of weeks ago, filmed somewhere in Romania. The footage, captured by a security camera in the dead of night, shows a car parked beside a house. What starts off as a seemingly ordinary video quickly spirals into pure terror within mere seconds. Watch closely. Out of nowhere, an eerie, lanky figure appears, moving with an unsettling slowness towards the car. It then glides past, vanishing into the shadows at the edge of the camera's view, and the video cuts off suddenly. Many viewers are convinced this is some sort of humanoid entity. But its intentions or desires remain a mystery. If you're in Romania, keep your eyes peeled. Something unsettling might be lurking nearby. A family observed that their garage door consistently remained open the next day, prompting confusion and concern. They opted to install security cameras to investigate. What they uncovered is truly astonishing.
میدونم من شما در رو شبا قفل نمی‌کنید
در که کلا قفله. خب
قبلا اینجوری باز میشه در
باز میشد در ولی نه ناکن
یا اول یا اول
دیدی
اوه چرا یهو غیب میشه
دیگه یه دفعه غیبش میزنه
یا اول فصل
این داستان خونه که صبح پا شدیم دیدیم در بازه.
The CCTV footage depicts a figure exiting the house early in the morning, seemingly vanishing into thin air shortly after. The video quality is somewhat degraded, marked by typical artifacts often seen in phone recordings, which may prompt skepticism about its authenticity. Additionally, the figure appears to crouch, coinciding with the location of these visual distortions just before disappearing. Before drawing conclusions and assuming deceit, it is prudent to consider alternative explanations. Could this be something more mysterious? Perhaps the apparition of a former resident who neglected to lock the door during their time alive? Now departed, their spectral presence seemingly continues this habit from beyond. Notably, there have been no reports of missing items or signs of forced entry from the homeowners, adding to the intrigue. The true nature of what transpired remains unknown. So what do you think about this incident? Let me know in the comments down below. When this video was first uploaded by Paranormal na Polska, it created a significant buzz in the UFO community. A dedicated follower of the channel submitted the footage, which was acquired from a friend residing in the Netherlands. The friend reported seeing an unusual object silently hovering over his house and managed to capture it on his phone before it disappeared from sight. Watch the video for yourself.
اوفا
Co to kurwa jest? Ale jaja.
Paranormal Napolska conducted a detailed analysis of the video, which is why you see the zoomed-in window in the bottom right corner of the screen. Their findings indicate that the object in question was definitely not a balloon. Due to the darkness of the night, they could not identify what the object might be, but they were particularly intrigued by its apparent rotation of 90 degrees as it floated by. While some speculated that it might have been a cluster of balloons drifting in the sky, this explanation didn't satisfy either the uploader or the UFO experts. Both parties seem convinced that the object could be something more unusual. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's a UFO or something else? Let us know. Reddit user Justin claims that he and his family have recently acquired and settled into a historically terrace house situated in London, England. However, amid the process of renovating the property, Justin asserts that his doorbell security camera captured something profoundly unsettling. At approximately 10 p.m., an unidentified individual or entity was observed briefly